it through the grapevine. Now how much longer will you be mine? Pretty baby, I heard it through the grapevine. Honey, honey, oh, I'm about to lose my mind. Honey, honey, yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, welcome back to Heard It Through the Grapevine. First, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for all of your support in our pilot episode. We really appreciate all the comments and the feedback and the shares we got, so thanks for that. This week we have a couple guests, as you can see, but before we get to them, we just wanted to kind of check in for the new people that are going to be listening to this on Apple or Spotify, as well as people that watched the first episode and will be tuning in again on YouTube or Apple, Spotify. We are Heard It Through the Grapevine. We are a gossip podcast, and we plan to just talk about some different topics every week. So we're going to roll right into it. First, my lovely co-host, Miss Gigi.
I just wanted to let you guys know my son is in the corner, so you're going to hear some noises and everything. And the reason is because my husband is right here. And this is One. He's an artist. He, you can tell your age, your birthplace. And,
I am 34. I am from Baltimore, Maryland. And my art style is if comics smashed into manga and had a really lit party.
I like that explanation.
Okay. And this is Uta. You can tell your age, your birthplace, and
All right.
art
4.
style.
I'm not
He's
4.
a toddler.
I'm 21. Not from Maryland. I'm actually from Bedford, Texas. January 8th, 1998.
8 Capricorn.
Whoop, whoop. As for my art style, I'm very much a digital painter / manga illustrator. Yeah, pretty simple. Hi, brother.
Okay. We brought them on the show because we actually just went to BlurredCon.
Whoop.
It was amazing.
Yes. And BlurredCon is a African American celebration of Black people in anime and comics and how else would you describe
The
BlurredCon?
general weirdo popular culture as a whole. Like,
Yeah.
this kind of nerd culture
Gamers.
as a whole.
Yep. And
Yeah,
it was
pretty
focused
much.
on Black people, basically.
Whoop.
And Uta and One, they did our cosplays for us, and we all went as Adventure Time characters. I was Marceline, and Kristen was,
Princess Bubblegum.
and Uta was,
Ice King.
and One was,
I was Finn.
and my son was Jake.
We had a little Jake, and
Yeah.
it's been awesome to like see our pictures places and
Yeah.
everything. This was only the 3rd year of the convention, but it's been really taking off, so it was a good time.
Definitely should check that out next year.
The tickets are already on sale.
Yes, and the hotel is open.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yes.
Who knows what we're gonna cosplay as, but we had a good time putting all the cosplay together. Mostly these two.
Exactly.
We had
I won't say
a
it
great
was great.
time. I had a great time. But yeah, it was a good time.
Okay. Mo. Sorry. One.
They also called me that too.
Yeah. Mo is
That's
his
a
other
that's a
name.
life nickname. If they say that accidentally, forgive them. It's either or. They're both 3 letters.
Yes, Mo.
They
One.
are.
It's
But
okay.
we're going to call you One today.
All right.
One. How did you get into art?
Oh boy. Some paper was on the floor in the house that I lived in with just about every member of my family, and there were crayons and pencils, and that was it. Like, I picked them up and I've never put them down.
So you were a shonen manga startup.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I wish there was a more exciting story, but the paper and the stuff was there, and I was like, I could use this.
It was just
And I
as if
started
the paper
drawing.
was calling your name, and you
How
just
did you
felt it.
choose your art style?
I think some people get into wrapped up into what they like and they try to draw like what they like. I like a lot of stuff, so I never married myself to one art style. So if I feel like I'm doing something that's kind of like comics, I do comic style art. If I do something that I feel like is manga-esque, then I switch, or I try to blend them pretty good. So
Okay, how did you come up with the name One?
there are many people in the world that do what I do. I am the one who does it the way that I do it.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Okay.
So when there was pen and paper, and you were at your mother's house, how old were you when that first started?
Like somewhere between 4 and 5.
Oh wow, so like really early.
Super.
I admire y'all because I can't even draw stick figure.
Me neither.
So I tried because my friends would draw and I'd I can do this too, and it would just look like a blob. So I mean, when did you figure out that you could draw, that you had this talent?
That's a weird question to ask me because for a long time I didn't think I was any good.
Wow.
So I kind of figured I could draw on my own. I figured I could draw from the time I picked up the pen and paper. I was like, yeah, I can draw. Yeah. And then I got to school and people was like, yeah, Wichicom is better. And I was like,
It's usually like that. Yeah.
what?
It's usually
That's not
like
even
that for
really all
of us.
that good. What? You can't even really draw. You probably traced that. What? And then I realized, oh, I'm good. They just hate. I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
What is your future career in art?
That's a good question because BlurredCon just opened up my eyes to the fact that despite the fact that I don't want to be one of those people that's always caught in the con crunch of trying to create stuff for cosplay, I'm pretty good at improvising stuff in that amount of time, in a short amount of time. And if I applied myself in the long run, so it's kind of hard. I enjoy art in a bunch of different forms, so I could either be a comic artist, a concept artist, or I could just be an artist in general, like creating and crafting objects, because I already paint certain things and I already build certain things out of other materials. So I don't think I can lock down a singular career. I'm kind of like jack of all trades-ish.
Okay. So what piece of art are you most proud of?
It's funny that you would ask me that. There's a piece of art I did for you guys for a book that you wrote with a couple other authors. Do you want me to? Because it's
Nope.
no. You don't want me to?
No, it's fine.
Because it's
I
right
thought you
over
was
there.
gonna say the other artist.
Oh well. It's a piece that I did for the cover of the book that you guys co-wrote. This is fine. That's probably that's probably the piece of art I'm the most proud of as it stands right now.
So,
He has the greatest timing of all.
so the cover art that you did for This Is Fine is the best. Mookie,
We are working.
I love this family. This is the greatest
So-
family of all time.
we
The
are.
more we laugh at him, the more stronger he gets.
Yes. So your favorite art piece was the cover art for This Is Fine.
Yes.
Okay, which is on Amazon. This is
Yes.
fine.
And we have hard
is.
copies.
Yeah.
So,
Shameless plug.
Yes, shameless plug.
Yes.
Get our book.
You can,
Okay.
you can plug
Uta.
on your show.
How did you come up with the name Uta?
Well, that name's gone through a lot. First off, I get a lot of names in general, but that one specifically I picked just because of what it meant to me. And for me, it's just the name straight up means song. It used to be Uta Shifa, but I've given up the Shifa part over in times. But I guess for me, Uta is just kind of like playing my own song, being my own person, and that shows up a lot in how I like to do art. I just kind of play by my own tune, so I just felt like the song fit.
Okay, I like that. Okay, how did you get into art?
When I was, I think 5, somebody at a camp where my mom worked at for a hospital put out a whole bunch of paint for us to play with that day, and I didn't have any brushes. I couldn't get a brush, so I just kind of used my fingers, and in that I made something that looked abstract and nice to her, and she kept it. So for the entirety of my life, she's just continuously, when I was a child, getting me to paint.
Oh, wow.
And getting me to do something and create stuff, because I was one of those kids that just like to create in general.
Oh. That's great. Okay. What is your future career in art?
That's kind of
Grow up.
That's kind of hard to yeah, when I grow up, whenever that happens. That's kind of hard to answer because I like doing a lot of different art. I have a passion for programming and design. I have a passion for commercial graphic design. But I think what I'm going to try and do is it's kind of hard to describe, but essentially it's freelancing for video game software, where I do an immense amount of things. It depends on what the contract is and what they want me to do, whether that's writing a story or quest line or a character, creating a character, 3D modeling of sorts, environments. I mean, practically the whole 10 yards of it is what I would be paid to do. And that doesn't extend specifically to video game companies, but also I hope in the future to working with manga studios and animation studios to make things happen. That would be my passion for a career.
That's great. How are you going to say you don't know? And then have that whole explanation?
Because he's a child.
I have no idea what I want to do. Open scroll.
Because I don't, because it implies that I necessarily have that one thing I want to do, whereas what I'm doing is just whatever somebody wants me to do. That's not really much of a knowing exactly what I want to do.
It's just our job to harass you.
I know.
Yes.
It's a beautiful
It
job.
will continue.
What piece of art are you most proud of?
My favorite piece of art is locked away now inside my house, because most of my art gets stolen by my mother, as any artist has ever known to know. I made her.
No idea what that's like.
When you say locked away,
Essentially, she just compiles my art and hides it so I can't show it to anybody else.
Because she love it?
Yes, she does. It's just simply she knows that if somebody else sees it, they'll want it. And she doesn't want them to want it.
What?
Because she wants to keep it for herself. She's quite... If I could give you an analogy, she's definitely the dragon to my treasure. Just sitting on top of it, not letting anybody else get to it.
well, that's cute.
That's unique because my parents couldn't care less. What I was doing. They were like, "Oh, you're good. Get out."
But my favorite piece is this bar piece that I made for her, and she had always been talking about getting a house that had a bar, and finally we got a house that had a bar. And I coincidentally made this before she got the house with the bar, so it was just kind of like perfect timing. And it's just a piece that underneath of it you can see where I inked and drew all of these lines, and it's a mess. And over top of it, there's very thin oil painting and stuff like that. But for most of the figures are in shadow, and you can tell that they're having a good time. I made this piece without sleep, delirious, and I thought it was going to be garbage. But when I woke up that night, it was something that I had been proud of. I'm not a very good painter, natural painter. So for me to be able to paint something that I agreed with made me really happy. And I was like, okay, I can do this art thing. For sure I can do this art thing.
Okay. But you talked about your mom, so are either one of your parents artists?
My mom is an artist in a different way than my dad's an artist. My mom can do a lot of interesting, intricate things. She's very much an interior design kind of artist. Whereas you give her a task to create something beautiful for a party, say, or this and that, she can come up with 1,000 ideas and make it happen. And I love that about my mother because I love the inspiration that she gives me, in that you can throw a whole pile of things in front of her and she'll come up with a great idea no matter what, no matter the situation. My dad is an artist in the way that he can't necessarily draw, or I want to say draw in the way that I can. I love you. But he can create like an amazing idea, or concept. Usually I'll call him into my room when I'm having a hard time thinking about something, and he has no problem telling me something sucks, which is great. You need somebody in your life like that as an artist who tells you suck.
1000%.
And he will be that. He'll be like, I'll be like, do you see what I see? And he'll be like, no, I don't see anything of what you're talking about.
Like, no, that sucks.
And we'll decipher the laws of whatever I've created and make something better. So I thank him for that a lot.
Not for me. I don't want that person. They can be quiet. No, I'm good.
Why don't you want that person?
No, I'm cool.
But why?
I'll tell myself if it sucks. It's fine.
I mean, because criticism as an artist sucks. Mainly because
I've had a lot.
Yeah,
I don't want
you go through a lot. You go through a lot dealing with criticism.
Don't tell me.
What has any of your parents artists?
My mother was a really good artist in school. She was really good in all her classes, which kind of mirrors how good I was in my classes as far as art were concerned. But afterwards, she never did anything to follow. She has a very artistic mind, in the way she approaches things. But I think that's the extent to which she's retained her artistic,
I
flair.
think that happens to a lot of artists.
My dad, he's artistic in that he was, and in his mind, I'm pretty sure he still is a martial artist. Though his body is not necessarily on his side with this. He was a very tough man, and he was very creative and innovative in that particular type of artistry as far as self-defense and being a martial artist was concerned. But no, other than that, no.
Okay, now we're gonna go over some art statistics. We're gonna ask Uta and One, true or false, if they know this statistic is true or false, basically. Number one, a student involved in the arts is 4 times likely to be recognized for academic achievement. Is that true or false?
I think it's true. Yeah.
What y'all think y'all smart? Is that what
Yeah, maybe.
You sure?
Potentially.
You sure?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Artistically.
It is true. A student
Period.
involved in arts is 4 times likely to be recognized for academic achievement.
I knew that one.
Okay.
I feel like that's true only because, oddly enough, you need to be intelligent in a lot more things than you think.
Dumb artists.
I mean, yeah, you can be a pretty dumb artist, but I mean, like, there's some, like, intelligence that is required to make anatomy work. Otherwise, you're just going AWOL.
Okay, the second one. 72% of business leaders say creativity is the number one skill they are seeking when hiring. True or false?
I feel like that's false, because, like, every time I try to find a job, it's always, do you have experience? And my answer is no.
I'll agree with him for solidarity.
It is true. 72% of business leaders say creativity is the number one skill they are seeking when hiring.
So
They need to put that on.
ask you,
72% of business leaders is lying.
They lie.
This is how you get it in there. When they ask what your biggest strength is, they have that question in the interview. Say you're creative. Test it out.
All right, then stop putting, hey, bro, you got 5 to 6 years of
what makes you
experience.
think-
No, I don't.
What makes
Can I
you
get it
think
with you? No, you can't.
I haven't led with I'm creative.
Never.
Creative.
You know what the question I got asked in the job one time was? What's your least favorite thing about this place? And my response was the lack of creativity. I didn't get that job.
Well, you can't put their creativity down. Of course you ain't get that job. Gosh.
You know what I would have said? This is my least favorite thing about y'all haven't hired me.
Okay, number 3. Students who take 2 years of art classes score 100 points higher on SATs. Is that true or false?
That's true.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
It is false.
That's
a lie.
Students who take 4 years of art classes score
that was a trick
100
question.
points higher
That's
on
dirty.
SAT.
You're dirty. You
I
just
need
We had to
I need
mix
half
it
the
up
time.
for you a
You
little
need me.
bit.
I'm smarter than half
I've
the
never
time. I
done
only
bad
did
on an
2 years.
SAT.
But y'all took. How long have y'all been in art class?
I was in art. I mean, I've been taking SATs and been in art classes in the same time in like elementary school, and I still did great.
First of all, there's no SATs in elementary school.
Yes.
There's a middle school
Well, wait,
examination.
hold on, wait a minute.
There's the middle school
But it's not the
assessment.
SAT.
It's the equivalent
You know,
of the
maybe in
SAT
his
for
young
middle school.
time,
All
he a
right.
baby, so
All
maybe
right.
they do
All
that now.
All right.
But SAT is high school.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
Oh my God. Okay. Number
Sheesh.
number
Attacked.
4.
You like it.
Sorry. In 2008, African American and Hispanic students
Oh, here we
had
go.
less than half of the access to the arts than their white peers.
Yes.
Is that true or false?
I feel
I'm gonna
that's
say
very
true.
Wait, what was the timing again?
2008.
I'm gonna say true.
Yes, true.
I actually wrote, we know that's true as a mother. It's true.
True F.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Come on, man.
come on. As soon as you said it, I was just like, there's no way this is a lie.
There's
He
no
didn't
way
even
that we
listen to
get
the rest of the
same
question.
stuff.
He said true.
I was right there with him. I was gonna say, you know, we don't get the stuff that we supposed to get when
It's
we
the white
we
people
need.
get.
We
We still,
supposed to
we,
get
still,
them.
we still don't get proper love now. I mean, goddamn.
Okay. This is not a true or false question.
She said this
This
was all
is
true
act-
or false question.
Statistics my
Yeah,
ass.
this is I need a name of an artist. Okay.
Oh,
In
Lord.
2018,
I don't know this.
what artist had the leading auction revenue worldwide?
Whoa.
Banksy.
Yeah.
Who?
Banksy.
Banksy.
Who is that?
What?
I'm gonna say, I don't even care. I'm just gonna say Banksy.
All right, look. Being
I
what
don't know.
being you and you being you and us being
What's that mean?
we are rebellious people.
Okay.
Let's how can you not know not the father, but maybe like one of the most renowned, ambitiously rebellious artists.
Who?
Banks.
I don't know who that
I
is.
don't know who that is.
The man, all right.
Y'all the artists, not us.
One of the most famous things that he's done that recently just happened was he had made an art piece, and it was supposed to be the smaller version of one of his known pieces where it's a little girl holding a red balloon. Now, Banksy doesn't sell his art. He doesn't do his art for anybody except for propaganda. And it's the idea of rebelling and what rebellion stands for, and that it's good against the bad of society. But people took this art piece and then tried to sell it for millions of dollars. What he did was install a lot of X-Acto blades at the back end of the framing, and then put in an automated scroller so that way it would slide down and shred. So in the midst of selling this art piece, when they were finally done with the bid, and I think the bid was somewhere around like $6 to $7 million of sorts. Quote, he put this out here just for free, for nobody to do this to, and they were trying to make money off it. On live camera, he turned it on so it would shred the whole entire picture. So as they're selling it, everybody goes in shock and awe as the page is being shredded out of the frame.
Oh no.
Because the thing about Banksy is he's not doing it for the money. It's not so you can make money off of him. It's so you can appreciate it.
Are you good?
I'm good. I'm good. But it just
You got
just
real
hurts.
emotional.
It hurts that they don't know
Okay.
Banksy. Like,
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
No.
That's fine.
Okay. But
Oh,
that,
man.
It wouldn't be
I can
him
do some
anyway.
research
I
now.
just said it to be
And
funny.
I will look that up. It's very interesting.
he's great. Love him.
But do y'all know?
No, we have
Absolutely not.
Okay, can I give you a hint?
Those aren't our
You
kind
give
of
it.
artists, probably. It's like, no,
It's not Andy
Okay, I'm
Warhol.
gonna read it
is
again. Then I'm gonna give you a hint. In 2018, what artist had the leading auction revenue worldwide? This artist is someone you probably not even thinking about because you're probably thinking about modern times. You need to think about back then.
White?
I definitely don't know.
White.
Oh God, no.
Maybe.
That's one of them guys.
No.
It's one of
I don't
those.
know.
It's one of them Van Gogh
not.
type
Is he
guys.
seen as a master?
One of them,
Mm.
them Da Vinci style Van Gogh
Y'all really
they've been
get you
sold
close.
out.
Close.
individuals.
No, not Da Vinci. He's been
Them
sold out.
Picasso type dudes.
Yes.
Picasso,
There you go.
yeah. I
Picasso.
can believe Picasso, yeah.
Picasso's art
Why is his stuff
is the
still
leading
selling?
auction.
Well, I mean, he's the
Why are
youngest.
the lead.
He's
Why
the
are they
youngest.
still selling Picasso?
They are still selling Picasso, and he's the lead in revenue.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying.
I mean,
And-
technically
okay,
he's
so-
the youngest out of them.
This one is the last one, and it's probably the hardest.
Oh dear, that
great.
one wasn't hard already.
And I'm going to need countries.
Oh boy.
Ew.
Okay.
Art education programs are mandatory in what 3 countries?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I honestly want to say.
I'm about to play the Jeopardy music.
Don't do that. Don't do me like that. That's the sad.
Is it where all the Norsemen are from? Is it like Sweden?
Nah. Sweden,
Finland, and the Netherlands.
Nah,
something
Sweden
like that.
doesn't need
Oh, we
anything
got
from
one.
anyone.
We got one.
Netherlands.
Netherlands
Oh,
for
wait
sure.
a minute. Then I know if it's the Netherlands, then
It's
Holland
definitely
is
not.
on there.
No.
Germany.
Germany, no. Japan's not one either.
Yes.
It is?
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
There's
so
Oh, yeah, it
two.
is. Yes.
Yes, 2. You need one.
The
More.
Netherlands, Japan, and
Not America. Definitely not.
Oh, God, no.
If only.
that's
If only we were about it like that.
foolish.
I took art like twice and I chose to take it because I wanted my
Is it
China
China?
to get
China?
better.
No, not China.
So it's Netherlands, Japan.
Wait, Italy?
Ew.
No.
Is it Spain?
It's definitely not Spain. Spain's too worried about their own problems.
What?
Were you worried about your own problems to make art a prerequisite?
Absolutely. I mean, at that point,
I don't know.
At that point, it's in their blood. They don't have to
giving
worry about
up?
that.
I am.
I've
tapped.
given. I've given in. We got 2.
The art education programs mandatory in 3 countries are Japan, Netherlands, and Hungary.
Hungry?
Yeah.
Ain't
Hungary's
they-
still
ain't they-
alive?
What?
They're
My
not.
coworker just went there.
They're not politically like discomforted. All right.
Wow.
Look, that whole area has just been a gray zone for
Okay.
things. I thought
cool.
they were a little too
I'm
concerned
not
with,
trying to get political. It's fine.
you know.
I didn't know.
I thought they
So,
were dealing with
I
political
had no
problems.
idea.
Now we're gonna start our Kiki.
Yes.
Let's have a Kiki.
I wanna have a Kiki.
Lock the doors. Let's have a Kiki. Motherfucker.
So, for this segment, which is my favorite part of the show, I am going to read some stories, some submissions we got, and I'm going to get feedback from Uta and One about the stories. So this is our tea segment. So we're going to hope for some juicy stories involving art. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the first one. So the first one says, this isn't really a story, more a question. Well, both. I'm an artist, and I was following this amazing artist on IG. Let's call her Lolly. She posts really cool graphite drawings of fan art and her own original characters. She has about 3,000 followers. One day I posted my original character, Liam. He's a nerdy kid from Canada with godlike strength with a blue and green color scheme. I got a couple likes and comments. It was cool. Then the following week, I was scrolling down my IG timeline and I thought Lolly had reposted Liam. When I realized it wasn't him, but a drawing of hers similar to my character, I commented, wow, I thought this was my character for a second. Great job. I thought nothing of it and continued scrolling. An hour later, I had replies to my comment and messages in my inbox of her cursing me out and telling me I was accusing her of copying. I had done no such thing, but by the time I could respond, she had blocked me. I felt really bad about it, so I talked to my dad. He said if she hadn't copied you, she wouldn't have gotten so mad. What do you think? Should she have responded that way, or should I be a little more suspicious than I am? Here's the kicker. She generally uses black and white pencils. Her character had some blue on the shirt, but just the outline. Liam's shirt is blue. So that's the first story.
And let's think about that.
Get your feedback.
You want to go first? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So first off, she definitely did.
Copy?
She definitely did.
Oh,
copy.
Lord.
There's no question about it. I can tell you this because I've had this problem before in my own experience, and it's if they don't talk to you about it in a way that's like, no, I didn't find this, or they post about it again and explain their character as they are, and you see the difference in them. Definitely, in that case, it's their own character. But in this case, where she came at you very aggressively, it was her trying to make you feel small in the situation where she copied you. So that first off, don't feel suspicious. She definitely did copy you. That was definitely. And the fact that she blocked you is evidence enough.
Right, because that's a lot. Like,
Yeah.
not only commenting cursing somebody out, but then blocking them and all of that. Yeah, you copied.
Yeah, like no disrespect to anybody who's famous or not famous in this case, but if somebody is very popular and makes their own characters, and then occasionally it looks like your character or shares some resemblance to character, and you bring up something to them, they're either not gonna care, which means they definitely didn't copy and it just is a coincidence, or they may not even like be that butthurt about it. Like honestly, like if they're not trying to rip you off or they're not ripping people off, they're not gonna care because they're too busy trying to get their things out, work it out. So,
what do you think, Mo?
I mean, pretty much the same thing. You call me Mo, by the way. Like if it hadn't been a big deal, like if it was just some sort of coincidence that, oh, this character I posted looks like your character, she could have just said, oh yeah, I know, I'm noticing that this looks a lot like the character that you posted the other day, instead of, you're kidding me, stealing your character, blah, blocked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of drama for nothing. For somebody that didn't steal your stuff. Like, yeah, you're kind of telling on yourself with that response. So.
That was from Rel, right?
Yes.
Rel, she copied.
Also, Rel, here's one thing to make you feel better. The fact that she did copy you, you should feel happy that she came at you like that, because that means you had something that was worth copying.
And if and if nothing else gave it away,
not that it was okay to copy you.
The color, when the artist never uses color, that would have been like red flag. Like, what is this?
Yeah,
Definitely
you did the
copied
thing.
Rel.
You did the damn thing.
Right, but clearly they're envious of you. So, go ahead and keep living your best life.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to get into the second one.
Sorry. She's the other coach. She's the other coach from the Water Boy. She got your stolen book of plays.
Shut up.
She running out of recipes. She had to get something from you.
You good?
I'm good. I'm sorry. It just popped in my head at the last second. I bust all like, oh god.
Okay. Next one. So I do sculptures and paintings. I was commissioned to do a couple paintings for a guy on Facebook. We had never met, but I had no reason to think he would be a bad client. We've been Facebook friends for years. Also, he commissioned some super chill stuff. Flowers, waterfalls, things like that. It was 5 large frame paintings, and they took about a month to finish. He wanted me to meet him at his business with the paintings so I could help him put them up. He asked me to come early, but I couldn't get out of my full-time job early, so I told him I'd come at 9. I remember him saying, okay, but not much else. So I showed up at this warehouse ready to work, and this barely dressed lady comes outside to greet me. I'm like, okay, cool, maybe she's bartending. I go in the building, and I'm flabbergasted. It was 20 to 30 people, all shapes and sizes, having sex everywhere. I must have had my mouth open because my Facebook friend walked up to me and said, well, I asked you to come early. All I could do was laugh. I helped him put my pictures in his smoke room. Luckily, no one was having sex there. And he gave me a tour of his beautiful sex club, which I'm currently still making art for, and also have been a member now for 6 years. This is from Benny.
Yeah. Live your best life, Benny.
Look at our artist faces right now. Y'all wasn't expecting that one.
My question is, what would you be surprised about being commissioned for?
Why wouldn't you tell me? Like,
that seems like that feels like line of the subject of the email stuff right there. For my sex club. Got you. All right. Okay. I'm not gonna show up.
No,
and be
see,
like,
when you said he was coming, he wanted them
to come early.
No, not even that. When he said, see, I thought this was gonna be a tale of somebody getting ripped off for money, because I was expecting, they're gonna show up and then he's selling their art, because that's what it sounded like. People do that. Don't get me wrong. People do that. People will commission artists to make something and then they'll sell it for more. And a lot of times that happens to people who do not feel confident to sell their stuff for at value, especially because you said that they mentioned how long it took them. Yeah. And that's a problem that a lot of artists feel. They don't know what and how much to sell their art for. But when you hit me with a left field beeline throw,
roll up in the warehouse,
straight up, bro,
in there like
they getting it in. Like, I was like, where have we gone? This started
out as an art story. And now we're on the Red Shoe Diary.
I feel like I just listened to like an audiobook of a Brazzers. Like,
that's more timely. I said Red Shoe Diaries. I'm older.
What will be weird for you guys besides sex clubs? Let's go
without any prompt.
Yeah,
you can't.
Without any prompt, a lot of stuff could be weird. Like, I could show it. They could ask for like some weird new age, nouveau, angular logo with certain colors in it, red, white, blue, and I show up and it's a Klan rally. I'm gonna be like, bruh, hold up. Y'all gotta say what y'all wanted, why y'all wanted it in the thing. I'm not giving. I'd have ripped it up and left. I'd be like, "No, take your money back."
I'm dying over the fact that she said she made like flowers and water. What the fuck does that have to do with like?
I think it's a guy.
Sex?
It's a guy problem.
Yeah.
Okay, look. I will never say. I will not deny nor say who you are.
Relax.
You can be whatever you want. That's not my point.
Relax.
My point is waterfalls and flowers, and I showed up to sex.
Well, I think he said, what was it, in the smoke room?
Yeah.
That doesn't
Okay.
change the fact that I walked into an orgy. Especially me, because I will make like aesthetically pleasing art and with flowers and waterfalls, but like I don't expect that to be what's hanging in your place of pandemonium and sex. Like that's
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute.
I'm like
So this is my thing. When the person that hired Benny said, come early, and that wasn't gonna happen. I feel like that was the time. If no other time.
How was cum spelled when he said come early?
also, why did he think he was commissioning
Red
sex?
flags.
No,
Since we're looking
like-
for red flags.
But I
here.
mean, like
If you think about it, if a sex club is not a sex club at the moment, like it's not open yet, and you're just putting stuff in the
You're
smoke
putting it
room.
in there,
So
Yeah.
maybe he just thought like, oh, he won't know.
He won't know.
But when he said I'm coming at 9,
No.
that's when he should have
He should've
said
said
something.
You
He should've
can't.
been like,
You can't.
oh.
You can't hide those kinds of things
He
in
should've
general from an
said
artist.
something.
You can't. You shouldn't hide those things from somebody you're
But
commissioning for art.
luckily, Benny was cool.
Yeah, and then he joined it, or
Yeah.
she, or he. They joined the club, got a new customer.
Yeah.
Benny,
Like-
Benny, you were stronger than me because
also,
I would have
I
never
just
showed
thought
up
of another
again.
scenario where I'd be surprised, like if they commission some kind of art and I come and show up, and it's like a secret meeting of the lizard people, celebrities, and they got their celebrity helmet faces off, and they like, and they pull it back on real quick. I'm like, nope. I can't be a part of this. They're
You
like,
show
no,
up and
come, join us. No.
somebody comes to pick you up in a black robe, face covered. You just like, oh,
Okay, we gotta go to the next story.
All right, next one, last one.
Oh dear.
I'm
not prepared.
Y'all not ready now because
No,
of
I'm
the
not.
last one.
Because you
Worst one.
just went left field to
I'm
a sex
sorry, I'm
dungeon.
sorry.
Started out so normal.
All right. Okay, last one. My boyfriend Jack is not big on social media, but when he does use it, it's usually for family or close friends and his tattoo artists. He's got quite a few tats and always hopes to get more, so he follows and befriends quite a few artists in our city and keeps track of their work this way. Okay, so I'll get down to the problem now. Though I'll preface it all by saying we've honestly hardly ever fought in the 4 years we've been together. A few arguments here and there, but nothing huge and never lasting longer than a day. I honestly feel as though we're as close to perfect as we could get, so this is huge as it's our first big fight. This morning, Jack liked a photo on Facebook that his regular tattoo artist shared. It wasn't his photo, he was just sharing it because I assume it was his work. The picture is of a girl's tattoo, and it's a dragon along her thigh and up her waist, ending at her belly button, and for some reason this girl decided to upload the photo without wearing any clothing. Her hand was covering her vagina, so you couldn't see anything, but the photo was still of her naked. It really pissed me off, and I texted him, telling him it made me uncomfortable that he'd like a photo like that. He told me he just really liked the work of art, and I admit it's a good tattoo, but I'm still frustrated that he liked it. We were texting back and forth for a little while, and I just told him it annoyed me, and he apologized, but said he only liked it because he admired tattoos, and I should know that. Yes, he does like tattoos, and will often comment on everyone's tattoos because he finds them so cool, but it's basically a picture of her crotch. I don't know this girl, and neither does he. He didn't like her photo, just the post that his artist shared. So she's obviously to him liking it. She's oblivious to him liking it. He's not going to add her or befriend or anything, he said. He just liked the photo. I want to talk to him about why it bothered me so much later when he's home, but first I need to know if I'm really overreacting. He says I am. He just liked the photo for the tat. Please give me some insight, guys. How would you feel? This is from HY.
I'm gonna jump on this one real quick.
You can have that.
Now,
one.
first of all, I'm gonna say that I'll never devalue somebody's opinion of what should be allowed or what's fair game in their relationship. If y'all have some sort of agreement, standing where you're not, he not supposed to, he knows that sort of thing bothers you. But the fact that you have to have a conversation about why that bothers you lets me know that y'all haven't talked about this really. So that leads me to believe you're overreacting just a little bit.
A lot.
I'm not gonna say you didn't
little
try to choke him or hit him with a pan. I don't
yeah.
think or anything like that. But like you
Poquito.
yeah, like
Overreacting.
There's some overreaction
Poquito.
going on here.
Can I know it's supposed to be for the artist, but HYU is overreacting.
Yes, thank you. Read them.
I'm trying to be.
You are
I'm trying to be
overreacting.
reasonable.
Okay, hold on. Before y'all tear. Wait.
No,
Before
go ahead,
y'all
let
tear
him- go ahead, let
her.
him go.
Before y'all tear
Let
her
him go.
apart.
Go on.
Let him go.
No, I can't let him go.
Let me
'cause they
hold you
about to-
tenderly. Why? Because they coming for it.
Okay.
Okay,
gotta-
we'll wait. Go ahead. We
Look.
still gonna come for you.
Look,
We still coming.
I'm gonna tell you this because we're very basic beings, us males. The fact that he didn't go. If you've seen proof that he's gone to her page of any kind and looking down her stuff and all that kind of stuff, maybe there's an issue. But the fact that he saw the post from somebody else and just the image and liked it because of the tattoo, I would take him for the face value because I do that. I don't care about tits and all that when I see it when I'm like
Worried
searching
about art.
Yeah, what I'm saying when I'm worried about art, when I'm looking at because I follow a lot of tattoo artists because I think that they are the most free form version of modern day art, and some of the things that I see is beyond the things that I think. But I don't care when I see tits, ass, and all that jazzy jazz when I'm looking at those kind of things. It doesn't matter to me that I can see your nipples at that point. I'm worried about the art. And the fact that he liked the photo posted by the artist of her proves that to me. Now, I'm not gonna like one said, if you have a thing against that you've talked about with him beforehand, then that's that. He crossed that line. But if you haven't, which I'm to believe that you haven't, I don't think you should take it in that way that he's looking at it because, oh wow, there's a naked girl and I can almost see her crotch. Furthermore, I'm gonna be honest with you, as a male, that kind of stuff pisses us off when we're looking for that kind of thing. Like that I would just be like, don't do that again.
Can I attack now? Okay,
And I'm next.
You're overreacting.
hot.
You're insecure, and that's why you aren't. You're not comfortable with him liking a picture. Liking. He didn't talk to. He didn't even like the picture of the girl's picture. He liked the tattoo artist's picture. Meaning he's really looking. You already said yourself that he likes tattoos.
I think he said one of his artists too, like somebody that did art on him.
Yeah. So no, you're insecure. You're overacting. You get that together. HY.
All right. So HY, let me tell you something.
Oh dear.
You're doing the most.
Go ahead.
Like you're doing the most. You said y'all been together 4 years and you barely have arguments.
Don't start.
So don't start one over something so
That's a
simple
good
as
point.
a like.
That is a good point.
He didn't go and like get this girl's information and request her. And you said that he's not going to befriend her or nothing. So like, chill. Like you're starting a fight for no reason. A 4-year relationship?
No.
HY, 4 years. You had 4 years with him, loving chicken at home. Don't make that man go look for some duck.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Don't make him be like, I want to go eat some duck
Since
now.
you
'cause
already
chicken
told-
is boring.
Since you already told him you was pissed off, this is what you do. You be like, look, I had a moment. I overreacted. It was dumb. And then y'all just have a little conversation and you move on from it. And I mean, y'all been together 4 years. Just let it go.
You know what the test is? This the test. Let him have a free day run on you. If it don't smack the same way, you might be concerned.
I'm
But
done with you.
What?
Can we move on?
She already insecure. Can we stop?
I don't even want to let that hang in the air too long.
Oh, no, that was great. No,
I'm
that was
just
great.
playing.
Let's move on.
That was
just
a great
playing.
ending.
Let's move on.
HY, you good. Your
You're
4-year
good.
relationship
You're fine.
is good.
It's okay. Don't
I
worry
just
about
wanted
it.
to say this one thing because I'm pretty sure Jack is going to watch. That's her boyfriend name, right? Jack.
We don't know, but
What?
Oh, yep. Sorry,
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah. If you
Jack,
wanna
treat
watch
her
this.
right.
Jack, you doing okay?
Jack,
Treat her right.
Just
Don't-
y'all need to have a conversation about what you don't like.
Jack,
what
don't
you
make-
don't like.
Don't make me look stupid and be really.
And you really cheating out there.
Right.
really
we're
out
not
here
cheating you.
making me look
Don't
dumb.
give up your chicken
You really
for a
out here
duck.
looking for some duck.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't give up
Don't
your
play
chicken
me,
for your
Jack.
duck.
Come
You got
on.
a good chicken.
I'm trying to make you look good, and you out
You
here
got a good
going
chicken.
to
Don't
have
treat it
Peking
wrong.
duck.
No, we gonna say Jack on his P's and Q's. It's been 4
Yeah,
years. They ain't
Jack
had no
cool.
arguments. Jack, you
I'm just
cool with
saying.
us. Don't
Yeah.
mess it up now.
Just
Yeah.
be liking the tattoos, Jack. That's it.
Don't be secretly hustling ducks around here. Don't keep it. Don't be smuggling it either. Like keep it
Oh,
peaceful.
boy. All right.
Stick to chicken.
Uta
Jack.
and One. Do y'all have any tea to tell us about your
Yes, let's get into this.
any
Okay.
stories to tell you? Remember to keep it to a minimum of time.
Okay. I see he's looking at me. That's the worst part. But okay.
I'll look away. I just wanted to do.
So I am an artist that doesn't do fan art, and that's like a kind of like a big no-no when you're trying to be an artist on social media. Mainly because a lot of people like fan art. They want to see art of their favorite things. I am that black sheep that doesn't believe in that, and that causes me a lot of problems. Mainly because commissions. I get asked commissions and things like that, and I used to get asked commissions a lot. So one of these times, I was asked to do a Naruto kind of thing, and it was a pretty huge poster. It was an 18 by 24, which is something I usually don't do. He offered the opportunity to do it digitally, which I said, thank the heavens, because that makes my life easier, because I am a digital artist. But I, being me, feel like it's wrong to take somebody else's art and make a lot of money off of it. Even if I do change it up and make it my own way, I still have my belief that, if you really want art of that, you should go to somebody who's has the proper rights to it. And I don't have the rights to it. So I told him no. He didn't accept that at all. He was very pissed off with me, which is something when I was a little bit younger, couldn't handle. So I told him, I'm sorry, I can't do this piece of art. I would love to, but it's just against my beliefs as an artist to do this. So he decided to cuss me out. And of course, we did this on the phone.
Everybody getting cussed out?
Yeah, he liked to cuss me out. He called me a whole bunch of this. He said I wasn't a real artist. He said I was basically just never going to get anywhere because I'm not doing fan art, because I don't want to do this, because I want to do that. That kind of thing destroys the living crap out of people. And yeah, I know fan art's cool and stuff like that. And, I could probably do it. I think any artist can do fan art. I mean, because that's what it is. It's fan art. But you shouldn't crush somebody's dreams like that and do that. I mean, it's one thing to be able to do something for somebody else, but it's another thing to do something for yourself. Me personally, my philosophy about art is if you can copy somebody's art, you are a master at copying. But until you can create your own thing, until it can stand on its own, until it can be its own thing that people recognize, you're never truly a master artist. And that's what I'm trying to be. I was trying to be a master artist. So for him to do that, me being young me with an anger issue, I wanted to punch the living crap out of him and beat him up. Couldn't do that because, again, that's like bad reputation. But it's things like that has happened. And it's happened to me continuously to the point that I don't post fan art. Because I don't even want to get into the issue. And I say that to say that as fans of other artists, if they don't want to do a fan art of something, if they don't want to do something of somebody else's, if they don't want to cross a certain line, please don't force them. Because you'll get people like me who will bark back at you, and I have no problem barking back at you, and that can cause an issue. And then you'll also have people who will just shut down and disappear. I know a lot of artists who stop posting for really long periods of time because somebody was doing something that they didn't want to their art. I remember an artist, I'm gonna screw this up, but their name is, I believe it's Sinharnger, which I cannot spell for you for the life of me. But they do their own custom OCs. And that's all they've ever done. and people were looting their OCs, which is kind of bad considering one of their favorite OCs that they post about is a little girl who's like 6 or 7. Like, please respect people, respect artists. I mean, we're not machines. We make it look like we're machines when you see us post every day, but that's because one of those days in the week we knocked out like 20 to 30 different things at once. Like we don't sit down every day and go, let's make something new for everybody. We have days of break. And artists who become very popular realize that they need to post every day. So they'll make 6 to 7 things in a day. I mean, that's 2 or 3, 4 days or something that they're making in a week. Respect them. Please respect us. We are not gods. If we were, we would have left you like the gods. Like, we would have been gone. Like, and we need you, but like, you need us, I guess. So like, respect us, because you'll run into people like me who are ready to fight you over social media with no care for their regarding life. Yes, angry and short, to sum it up. And then you'll run into people who will just disappear. And that's no fun. You'll ruin it for everybody else. So please don't ruin it for all of us. Respect us. Respect what we want to do. Respect yourselves, I hope.
I feel like we're about to end Mr. Rogers.
No, we're not Mr. Rogers. But like,
This is Jerry's final thought.
Yes.
I mean, but
Take care of yourselves and each other.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, we're people too. Like, don't try to shove your fantasy of what we are down our throats.
I feel
because
like
it's not
we just
cool.
got really political.
No, it's I'm trying not to be political.
I'm just saying. It feels.
Okay.
You feel really riled up. You got riled up.
Just give me a hug. It's okay.
I will eat your souls.
Mo, what is
I don't got no current tea, but I will tell you that for 4 formative years of my artist life, my teacher, the person who was supposed to be molding me into the artist that I was supposed to become, told me and my artist compatriots that we were absolute trash.
Don't even get me started.
And that everything that we drew was garbage, and nothing we ever drew was going to be worth anything, and we sucked. And I didn't pay him no attention.
Good, don't.
But the fact that he disrespected us caused us to become what I would refer to as art criminals.
Yes.
We did some real art criminal stuff to this man because he didn't respect us. So we didn't respect him. So this is back when I was in high school. The names have been changed to protect the not innocent.
We'll go. Go 1, 2, and 3.
Me and my posse. I'm going to say. Me and my
One
posse.
and friends.
And I'm not going to tell you who did what. Or who took what. Or who did this, that, and the other thing. I'm just going to tell you the events. And that, I was there.
Can we call
So-
them like the Red Dead characters?
No, I'm gonna leave. I'm not even gonna get that specific. I'm gonna leave it. So my commercial art teacher in high school, and his son, who was his assistant, they were both 100% committed to telling us that nothing that we did was ever gonna be worth anything, and that all we were doing was copying other people's stuff and blah blah blah. No matter what it was we did. So we kind of got tired of hearing that after like the first 2-3 weeks. So we decided we're gonna just. This is it. We're going to go straight desperado on these dudes. Like, everything they do, we're going to ruin it. And everything that they try to make us do, we're going to do in our way and completely defy them. So, that was the birth of the artist collective that was called Team X. We started putting big, gigantic X's on everything in their room, on their team, in their classroom. So they had a heater that kept having to get fixed, and we was cold in there. So one day we put a big X on it. Was like, y'all need to fix this. And he was like, he said, who keep putting these X's on? Who keep putting these big X's on my
Wait,
stuff?
is this the one that called the roll and y'all wouldn't answer?
Yes, him.
No.
He would call roll, and none of us would answer until he was ready to move on to the next name. And then we would say we was here. He'd be like, Thompson. He'd be looking straight at Thompson. And then be like, here. Right when he get ready to move on. And there's like 4 of us in this collective, so there's 4 times during the roll he has to do this.
I wouldn't have called
That's
you.
the longest.
I'd mark
probably-
your absent every day.
That's the longest
That's
roll
another
call
thing.
in history.
But
Right.
many times things that were of worth and things that weren't of worth ended up with big X's on them in his classroom. Certain things that were of much worth, I'm not gonna admit to theft that I didn't commit, but there was some theft, some things
Of his comic book.
of his son's comic books that took place.
All right, he's an idiot for leaving those out.
Yeah, he didn't leave them out. He locked them in the door, and we figured out the way in there, and we took them.
so
shit.
That's rather incriminating.
Y'all was on a whole nother level.
That's rather
Listen,
incriminating.
the statute of limitations on these thefts have worn out.
Yeah, he old, so it's
wow.
fine. That's like 20 years ago at
yeah,
this point.
the statute of limitations.
That's a
has
closed
gone out
case
on
at
us.
this point.
Yeah, but some certain other stuff, like some computer monitors and some stuff went missing.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say I did it,
Lord.
Stop
but
incriminating
some of us
yourself.
did it.
Wow. They gonna
It
reopen
wasn't
the case.
me.
Why everybody finished their alcohol? Hold
A
on.
scanner went missing. I ain't scanned nothing, but I was there. The scanner went
You
missing.
were
Are you
aware.
old enough?
So
Am I old
we
enough?
were basically art criminals, and we was lit, and it's okay because it was a long time. But you brought it on yourself.
He did.
You're right.
Because you were very disparaging to our spirits, and you
Yeah.
left us with no option but to strike back at you in some other
He
way.
did.
Yeah, you might as well have been Robin Hood at that point, because
Yeah.
screw him for that. Screw any art
And if
teacher
you
that does
watching this, I hope that you're.
If you
nicer
see
now.
this, hey, you made us what we are today.
that. Yeah, don't be
Because
a dick.
without your hate, we couldn't have blossomed into the wonderful young men that we are today. Well, some of us.
Yeah.
I know me. I'm a wonderful young man. It's we not all there. Some of us.
Wow.
But
It'd be like that sometimes.
they know that I feel this way about them. I've probably said it to them to their face. So it's cool.
You're
It's
a
all right.
dangerous man.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, we're going to move on to our next section on that.
Yeah, let's move on.
After they've
Sure.
incriminated themselves.
Okay, so we're at the activity part, as I said before, and we are going to do an art. I told you I can't do sticks. I can't write either.
Can't write either. And for the people that are watching this or listening to this on different podcast platforms, we're gonna try our best to, describe what's going on. But also check it out on YouTube for the video portion.
Yes, it was art battle. So an art battle is, and I'll switch some. One can explain what it is.
So this is what it's like. It's like Battle Pictionary. They gonna give us some topics, and we gonna try our best to embody them topics in our little drawings, and we gonna see who gets it the flushes, basically.
Flushes.
It's like American Gladiators, but with pens, with Pictionary.
Okay, come over, about to start.
Oh,
They
what's
have
up?
3 minutes a topic.
You're too close.
Would y'all want? Do y'all want us to hold the markers or leave them on the
Leave
table?
them
You
there.
can leave them
Okay.
on the table.
We might get wild. Who knows?
Okay, it might get kind of crazy.
We're gonna get wild for the last one.
Okay.
Okay,
Agreed.
we're gonna start.
Let me take this ring off because it's gonna mess me up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I ain't doing it on that purpose.
I want it to look flashy.
Wow.
Okay. The first topic. I'm gonna say, and then she's gonna say, Super Mario Brothers and
Rihanna.
Super Mario Brothers Rihanna.
What? All right.
Right now, y'all, I just see a box. I'm confused.
Look, don't judge the
Okay.
box.
Oh, okay. It's like the question marks.
Yeah. The blocks.
Mario,
That's
yeah.
what Uta's drawing, and Mo is drawing Mario, I think. Yep.
Look at you, you
I don't see
spicy
no-
jalapeno.
I don't see no Rihanna. I'm about to fall.
Look,
I'm mad.
Rihanna will get there eventually.
I'm concerned that there's no Rihanna.
Look, she'll get there eventually.
She's my favorite thing.
Okay, Mo's on the. I don't know. See,
Oh, okay. Uta,
Oh,
this
wow.
is the whole stage that Uta got
yeah.
for Mario.
Oh, it's like the ending, the
Mhm,
finish
when they
line.
jump on the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Fuck, how do I Mario?
How do I Mario?
I love Mario.
Okay, switch sides.
Ah!
Now I gotta.
So Uta is working rocking with Mo's Mario.
Get my Mario on there, goddammit.
Okay, this Mario look like a thug. Like he got an arm crossed.
Bro, I feel like I gotta do like Big Booty Rihanna.
Mo
Like,
is drawing the angry sign over.
That's the sun that's outside in Baltimore
bro,
this
how
summer.
do I draw? Oh my god, how do I do Big Booty Judy? Like Rihanna.
I think Uta is attempting to.
Yes, one. He put Rihanna lyrics on his. You needed me.
Yes.
Bro, you put the lyric. Oh, you butt.
Wait, is that a? Oh, never mind. Let me stop.
How do I do heels? That's.
I thought he was drawing a penis.
Wow.
Whoa!
I
Way
really
to
did.
go.
I did.
Okay, Uta is drawing some type of butt with
I'm
some
about
type
to do
of
that
butt
gyrate.
arrows.
That gyrating ass.
One is drawing. I think Mario's dead.
Did you kill my man's Mario?
Switch.
I didn't do it. The son did it.
Oh,
Finish
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Why is he dead?
Give me this.
Why is he dead? This is great. All right, so now one is back on his original, and he's finishing the Rihanna butt that I think that Uta made. Oh no, he started something else.
You ain't gonna put a face on her? That's
And
savage.
Uta has a dead Mario.
I feel like Princess Peach gotta be in here somewhere. Just like she just got chill.
Like, save me.
We got 30 seconds left until the next topic.
Oh my god, how do I peach?
No, I don't have peach.
Oh, that's how we put some tits on this one.
We're putting tits on someone.
Peach.
We're putting tits on Peach, and we're gonna do like, she's gonna be like, why? Why you do this to my mans?
10 seconds to the next topic.
Oh god.
And you're going to keep drawing.
Oh dear.
You better give her some hair. Hurry up.
2, 1.
She got hair but no eyes.
Okay, 3 more minutes. The next topic is...
Luigi slapping that ass.
The next topic is Supernatural and...
Mortal Kombat.
Supernatural.
Oh,
Mortal
God.
Kombat. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
At least they having fun, y'all.
Oh, cripes.
Okay, one's got like some type of... he's probably drawing like the... I don't know.
If I don't see a
The smoke.
fatality, we gonna have a problem.
Uta's drawing some type of person.
We're getting there. Hold
Okay.
on. We're working out the
Oh, it's,
magic.
it's the
We're about to do subby. We're gonna
Oh.
get subby in here, but we gotta get the
Sub-Zero,
blast. We gotta get the blast.
yes.
You know, we gotta.
And one is drawing the is that Japanese?
It's Raiden.
Raiden. Okay.
You drawing my man's Raiden? The only character I could use at the end of the game ever? Like,
Switch.
bro, Raiden looks angry. Why does Raiden look like Batman slightly?
Cause I have to draw standing up. That's why.
I'm gonna finish him slightly. He got one big arm for no reason.
Okay. Mo is drawing a lot of angry characters.
Yeah. Angry
Wait,
people.
who's that?
Is that a dragon? Oh,
Bro, what kind of car was it in Supernatural? Was it a Mustang?
I
No, it
think,
was a
wait.
GTO.
It was a GT. Thank you.
I ain't seen Supernatural in a long time.
Yeah, like I just.
Sub-Zero.
Let's get those windows on there.
A Sub-Zero vampire?
oh.
Let's get
Vampire Hunter.
Sub-Zero Vampire Hunter. Okay.
Let's get that slide.
Switch.
Set aside with Jesus. Finish my car.
That's not the point. You're battleman.
You ain't even had the fate. Oh, bro, you gotta have the. And then the eyes, the angry eyes. Then we gotta get the mask going on. There we go. Something.
Okay, we got a mask on the Sub-Zero Vampire Hunter. They left Mario
stances,
dead.
y'all
I don't know.
It's weird to draw standing up. It's weird.
It is. Like, you got no leverage. I'm still putting the car
The
over
sun is
here,
still
too.
angry.
We're putting the car back. I don't care. It's gonna be on both sides. It's a hit and run either
We
way.
got 30 seconds left until the next topic.
God, this is a hefty front.
I'm about to say that car long.
It's zooming by.
Sam and Dean is on top of the car that Uta started, but one drew the Sam and Dean.
Of course, and then we,
Oh,
you know we gotta
what?
get that ugly moon
But
in there
Sam
and
and Dean,
everything.
are
that-
they shooting Raiden? Like,
Shooting at him, yeah.
Bro,
oh,
lit.
wow.
They're just gonna be chilling in my car.
4, 3,
You got the
2,
hand out on the side of it
1.
while driving.
Done.
Yeah. Next topic: superheroes and
Unicorns.
Oh shit. Superheroes and unicorns. Ah! Wildness. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I already know where I'm going.
He already told me Batman, so. Jesus.
He's beating the devil out of that.
Clearly he wants us to come upstairs.
We learned from Bob Ross. That's how we know.
All right, so we got a Superman.
Yes, we do. Hold on. He got
What's
one big
that?
head.
A unicorn's angry. 1, everything is angry.
Superman got a whole horn going on here.
Yes, a unicorn, Superman.
And he's super happy about it.
Oh, and a unicorn Batman. You know what?
Nice.
That's fine.
Wow,
All right,
this
y'all
is-
switch.
What is that? A chicken wing?
It was gonna be a hand before she said switch.
oh, you see?
They're doing an art battle.
Yes, baby. I'm not sure.
he's concentrating.
I'm really trying to hit some of these.
The superheroes are unicorns.
Oh. Yeah, look at unicorns.
Superman. You explain it to the people what's on
Switch.
the dish.
Shoot.
Watch out, baby.
Switch, boy. I'm switching. Yeah, take that.
Unicorn on crack.
It's amazing to see Unicorn Superman.
That unicorn Superman is actually pretty cool. Let me see this Batman. Wasn't there a unicorn Batman?
Yeah, it is. But I added Superman. He's like, bro, we gotta go.
Oh.
What are you doing over here? We gotta go.
Why none of the unicorns save Peach?
Because.
And wait,
it's-
why is the
it's
unicorn on top of dead Mario?
Oh my God.
What is going on?
Don't ask these questions.
Why is Luigi?
Because Luigi can do that kind of thing,
That
goddamn it.
Rihanna's bite.
He can do that kind of
Because
thing.
it's funny that way.
I'm done, y'all.
30 more seconds till we're done.
Oh God, I started an idea and then I lost it. Curse you, Captain Morgan.
Don't mention them. They don't even deserve to mention.
Oh, we gotta have Robin in here flying out.
Alright, look.
20 more seconds.
Clark, let's go. What? Our planet needs us.
Let me see what this.
Alright, 2 seconds. Alright, yay. You have successfully completed.
Let the camera see your work. Okay, step back. Let's see your art battle work. It's phenomenal. You guys didn't battle, but
Right,
You worked together.
everything is together.
We did counters.
yeah. you did.
Superheroes with unicorns. I'm here for it. I'm here
Right.
for it.
So thank you for tuning in to Heard It Through the Grapevine podcast.
Yes.
We just want to plug Uta and One right now. Uta, where can they find you and show off your work?
Oh dear.
We'll put
my
it
work-
on.
No, your actual work.
My actual
Online.
Oh, my actual work online. Well, okay, we're just gonna show this one for now. So, if you want to find me, it's ironically here, right there, but you probably can't see it right now. You can just go into Kuroi, which is KUROI_Uta443 on Instagram. If you want to find the comic that I'm doing right now, you can go on Webtoons. It's called Devilish Twins, DT for short. And that's pretty much where you can find me.
And we'll put that under the video. Mo, where can we find you? One, can we
Doesn't
find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Emperorichiban, Emperor_Ichiban, or on Facebook under my government name.
Commission him to do work, please.
And that's the cover that he did for our wonderful book. Shameless plug.
Thank you, and thank you to Maou Media for helping us again today.
Yes.
And the outro, I'm gonna let him tell you the song. What is it?
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
It's Bakemono by me, Trey Watson.
Thank you.
Thank
See you guys.
Yo, no love for the bloods that betray me. Beat you like a knife in the back. Told them I was a monster, a beast, an abomination, and my life stayed black. Holy figure in a room full of Judases, too many Brutuses, faces the guilty. No need for